So we, like all of you, were shaken up a bit last night when we learned that genius comedian and actor Robin Williams passed away. He was one of a kind. He was one in a million. He's like unbelievable. If you ever saw this guy stand up, you wouldn't even. If you don't know stand up, you should YouTube it right now and just watch it. He's just amazing. He was funny and he was fast and he would weave in and out of characters. He would get Shakespearean. He would just get into like, oh yes, thank you. Yes, there's a guy sitting at home going, what the hell is going on there? Yes, there's a kid going, yes, what the heck? Yes, there's like Martha Grandma coming back and falling chin and kicking bum. Yes, thank you. And you'd watch him, and you would watch him, and you would cry laughing, and you would think, I'm never going to see anyone like this human ever. It's just amazing. His brain was always thinking 10 steps ahead of what he was saying. He was like the Muhammad Ali of comedy.
Hello everyone. Once again, this is Dare to Speak. And in this video, I'm going to be talking about the celebrity murders the dark secrets of the Illuminati, or anything that's pertaining to it, anything that ties into it, that's connected to it, any number of things. And I think this is something that will be very interesting to even know about. So hopefully you enjoyed this video. So here we go.
At approximately 11:55 a.m., Marin County Communications received a 911 telephone call reporting that a male adult had been located unconscious and not breathing inside his residence. The caller was distraught and indicated at that time that an apparent suicide due to a hanging had taken place and that rigor mortis had set in. The sheriff's office, as well as representatives of the Tiburon Fire Department and Southern Marin Fire Protection District, were dispatched to the incident with emergency personnel arriving on scene at 12 p.m. The male subject, who was pronounced deceased by firefighters from the Tiburon Fire Department at 12:02 p.m., has been identified as Robin McLaurin Williams, a 63-year-old resident of unincorporated Tiburon, California. Preliminary information developed during the investigation by Coroner Division personnel has revealed Mr. Williams had been seeking treatment for depression. Mr. Williams was last seen alive by his wife at approximately 10:30 p.m. on August 10, 2014, when she retired for the evening in a room in the home. Mr. Williams' personal assistant became concerned at approximately 11:45 a.m. when he failed to respond to knocks on his bedroom door. At that time, the personal assistant was able to gain access to Mr. Williams' bedroom and entered the bedroom to find Mr. Williams clothed in a seated position, unresponsive, with a belt secured around his neck, with the other end of the belt wedged between the closed closet door and the door frame. His right shoulder area was touching the door, with his body perpendicular to the door and slightly suspended. The inside of Mr. Williams' left wrist had several acute superficial transverse cuts. A pocket knife with a closed blade was located in close proximity to Mr. Williams. The pocket knife was examined and a dry red material was located on the blade of the knife, which appeared consistent to dried blood. It is unknown at this time if the dried red material is in fact blood or if it is Mr. Williams' blood. But I guess preliminary results of the forensic examination revealed supporting physical signs that Mr. Williams' life ended from asphyxia due to hanging. Toxicology testing will be conducted to determine if Mr. Williams had any chemical substances in his system at the time of his death.
There are many people who actually believe that he actually committed suicide from depression and from any a disease or an illness that he was suffering from. And of course, it's very possible that it might be true. Whatever illness he has, it doesn't pan out for his depression and for other things that I found out in my research. It seemed to me that his third wife that he was with, they weren't exactly, it didn't seem to me that they actually had a very happy marriage. And even though he was suffering from depression and from drugs and drinking or whatever he was doing, that he lost his second wife, from what I understand, if my information is correct. Something was bothering him for many years. Just like any typical other celebrities that are bothered by paparazzi, or maybe he was around people that he shouldn't be around, or somebody approached him that are connected with the so-called Illuminati. He probably witnessed something that he didn't like, that scared him a lot, that put him into a deep depression. He was probably very paranoid, and then and over the years, it just grew stronger and stronger. Pretty much that's what it seemed like to me. All those are just possibilities, if it is true. The one thing that bothers me, though, if it is Illuminati, if it is a murder that was actually connected somehow with them, the only thing that pans out would be that aside from what happened to him all these years, there's some sources that I saw, that I read from, comments that I read from people, that his wife didn't sound like she was really all that upset, that she was just faking it, her fake cries or whatever like that, when she was interviewed and she was getting all emotional about her last moments with him and how much she misses him and this and that, and then when she found out that he died, how she felt. And she was getting emotional and started crying, but it just seemed to me like it was staged, like the way she just that's what it seemed like to me. I don't know. If you want to judge for yourself, this is how, because I of course only recorded the audio of it, and I just want to know what you people think.
Susan had a 7-year relationship, a happy and very private 3-year marriage. But on August 11th last year, life took a drastic turn. Susan left for work that morning, thinking her husband was still asleep. Rebecca, his assistant, came over and I said, call me when he's up, or have him call me when he's up. And then she sent me a text. Said, he's not up yet. What should I do? And I said, wake him. And then she called me back. What did she say? I can't even, I'm sorry. That 20-minute car ride, I just screamed the whole way. Robin. Did you get to see her? Yes. I got to tell him, I forgive you with all my heart. You're the bravest man I've ever known. I was in the shower, and all of a sudden I saw him right. And I opened up the door, and there was blood. This towel was so soaked with blood, and he was just downing his head. I just screamed, Robin, what happened? What did you do? And my best friend was sinking, you know?
I don't know, but to me it seems like that she's full of shit. That's what it seems like to me. Maybe I don't know, but if you don't watch the interview, um, just see how she reacts with in this interview. Her face expressions, her body language, and to see if it sounds authentic to you, that she was really emotional, really crying or not. And maybe you might think she's really legit, maybe some of you might think that she's also full of it. You know, the suspicion wise, I think she is. I don't know, but that's how it looks like to me. Maybe she was part of it, and maybe she was because being his wife, it'll make it easier for her to mess with him every day, to slowly destroy him by degrees, and of course with the help of whoever else that was involved. And it got to the point where she was in another place, and the way they found him dead, it just didn't seem. It just seemed something was wrong. Something didn't make sense. He was probably strangled by somebody, an assassin, and then they just, like how mafia groups or crime syndicates, how they strangle somebody and then they make it look like a suicide, that kind of thing, and then they just set him up that way. So that would be the only way, if it's true that he was murdered. That would be the only thing that would make sense to me, in my opinion. So that's with Robin Williams. Now the next one is going to be on Kurt Cobain.
On April 8th, 1994, Nirvana frontman Kurt Cobain was found dead in his home from what authorities said was a self-inflicted gunshot wound to the head from a 20-gauge shotgun after injecting himself with a near-fatal dose of heroin. But some strange facts about Cobain's death were discovered, which leave many unanswered questions. It's strange that one of the ejected empty shotgun shells was found to the left side of Cobain's body. In order for that shell to have been ejected in that direction, the shotgun would have had to have been faced 180 degrees in the opposite direction. The police report stated that the shotgun was found on Cobain's chest, with the receiver facing up. If indeed the receiver was facing up, the empty shell would have ejected to the right of his body, not the left. Was it a magic shotgun shell, or was it a murder to look like suicide? Could someone have actually hired a killer to murder Kurt Cobain?
Yeah, that's something to think about. To really honestly think about. The way he was murdered, and the way they made it seem in that report, was clearly not a suicide from my own type of like suspicion. So whether somebody came by into his house, whether or not he had he was doing drugs or not, I don't know. I'm not really sure. because of the fact that he was doing so well with his music, and his wife, Courtney Love, which I'm pretty sure he was about to get a divorce, because she pretty much sold her soul. She was signing a blood contract and wanted him to do the same thing, to be part of this corporate to join up with them and that kind of thing. And he didn't want to go for it. He felt creeped out by it or something like that. And Courtney Love, being a psycho that she is, probably threatened him. And it got to the point where he said, fuck this, fuck that, I'm not gonna fucking... He got scared, and he didn't want anything to do with this type of Illuminati kind of thing. But since she did, because they go after people with has the potential for success and to become even bigger than what they are, but then having to sell your soul to do it, to sign a blood contract, which I'm pretty sure she did, and he didn't want nothing to do with it. So that was the last straw for her. And then, from what I found out from this one source, that she actually got someone to go over to his place and kill him, and to make it look like a suicide. And this is something that I found out, which creeped me out. Hopefully there's enough time, this is not too long of a video. I don't know if I might have to cut it in 2 pieces or something like that, I don't know. But this is really fucked up.